Saints and the Lions, next on Madden Football.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we have arrived at the start of another NFL season, the most exciting time of the year. Brandon Gaudin alongside, as always, my partner Charles Davis. And CD, in the few moments here before kickoff, let's give these folks at home a look at these two offenses by the numbers. What stands out to you?
Brandon, I just continue to be amazed by the analytics of the game, and it's an area where I continue to concentrate and study because I'm still trying to figure out how coaches and coordinators can really crunch the numbers and find where exactly on the field a defense is vulnerable. It's the game within the game. And if you really dive into it, it can be endlessly fascinating.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Second down, back to Sanders. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And the next-gen stat shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Charles, we get a look at the Lions 2022 draft class, and this class will probably be remembered for the guy that they took number 2 overall, the hometown kid Aiden Hutchinson. But beyond him, really a lot to like about this group that Detroit brought in.
And Brandon, it's not often that any kid doesn't want to go number 1 overall in the draft, but Aiden Hutchinson, he was ecstatic to go number 2 and go to the home state Detroit Lions. And how about the Lions trading up from 32 to take wide receiver Jamison Williams, 12 overall out of Alabama. Speed, speed, speed.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete.
I certainly envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that third down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Detroit gets set to go on offense, and it will be the 7th-year pro out of Cal, Jared Goff, leading the attack in his 2nd season as a Lion.
Certainly a different set of circumstances awaited Jared Goff in Detroit last season after his trade from Los Angeles. He made what he could out of them and managed 3 wins on a rebuilding Lions team. They should improve this year behind Goff after an offseason where they made considerable investments in order to try and improve this ball club.
Goff in this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 11. Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. And he'll get this one up to about his 14.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On 2nd and 7, Goff over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. Goff linking up with Sharp for the Lions' 1st down.
loaded with talent. DJ Chark hasn't been able to stay on the field to replicate a Pro Bowl season from 2019. Detroit gave him a big one-year prove-it deal to see if he can recapture that form. And he comes through here with a first down catch.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. There's Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
From their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, grab that dagger play, grab that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Goff trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the Lions are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the ball.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is confirmed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Hurts. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
They certainly thought they had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here's Hurts to throw. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So they took their shot. That was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And 2 of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
After the interception, here's Goff. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw is gone. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the play. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Goff now looks to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st down, gone. And break, the tight end's got it. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw in the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Here's Goff. And it's caught. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook on and set up a 1st and goal.
Now it's gone. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jared Goff. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Lions post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Now Goff on 1st down. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He gets in there on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. first down, and they go with Swift again. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Give them 10 yards on that one, and that earns them a fresh set of downs. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can get good and ready.
St. Brown making the catch on the out route. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down. Goff a handoff here to Swift. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. DeAndre Swift, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense with Jalen Hurts at the controls, ready for their next possession. And he's had his struggles here early with a couple of interceptions as he'll try to refocus with a 1st and 10 to start this drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Hurts sets up to throw it. Complete. Smith has it. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Amadio Uwellie. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions touchdown. Point after here coming up. And it is now 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Hurts fumbles it, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns is going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Following the fumble recovery, Goff. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
They certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Jamison Williams with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Lions are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at about the 28. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. He's airing it out for Williams. And this one is incomplete.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half with the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Goff. He's going to go up top again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. And the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. On 1st down, Hurts. And this is caught by Watkins. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On second and very short, Hurts. That's going to be complete on his sideline, but it left him no room to run as he goes straight out of bounds. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. Hurts finding Goddard there. First down, Philadelphia. From the gun, it's Hurts. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and they will remain well behind.
It's hard to be surprised at the miss there with the way this first half has gone. Here they were hoping to get some sort of momentum to carry them into the locker room, but even this doesn't pan out.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. So we've reached halftime. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And now off to the races down the right side. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Lions.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Sanders. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But we're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Detroit getting set to go now. first and 10. Goff. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. Second and a yard. They'll run the draw here with Swift. 49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Swift split carries down the middle with Jamal Williams in 2021, but he's one of Detroit's busiest players in the passing game. He caught 62 passes, second on the team, and fourth among NFL running backs. His showing could convince the Lions to make him their RB1.
Officially against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's Goff. As they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down. The partner still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
All right, let's give them a little bit of applause here. Good for them because this has been a defensive nightmare for them thus far. At least they're finally getting a couple of big plays. Won't make the scoreboard of the ride home easier, but one good moment to watch in film next week.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on third and long. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, and St. Brown has got him. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 39 yards. And the Lions have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it is 42-0. That time, a 9-play drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and that will come the offense as they take over.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down in midfield. And just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. They'll take this to the 46. It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses. And this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
The Lions on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 13. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, and they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Goff now looking to throw. Caught on the slant. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the 1st.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but now let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real.
And in for the Lions touchdown. Jalen Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon.
And the Lions are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Hurts. This is complete to Watkins on a slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ballgame.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
From the 44, Hurts.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
This is caught. It's Brown. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Elliott good with a PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there.
I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff will find Williams on the slant.
And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
To throw is Goff. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing now, Goff. Into a double
team, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over here up near the 40. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. Well, something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He shakes him off. Now he's flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 30. Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. First and 10. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. The CD always a little extra.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, good to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we were not a ride nobody wave, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it.